Chrissy and Lauren don't initially click, but as they get to know each other, their desire grows. However, a violent gang and the evil food conglomerate interfere with their lives, and it's up to them to defend their conservative town. In 1986, the Tromaville power plant's waste generated a radioactive mutant creature that started murdering people and students at the Tromaville High School. A couple managed to destroy the monster, saving the town, but the monster's baby survives. At present, the Tromaville power plant is demolished and is replaced by the eco-friendly Tromorganic Foodstuffs Inc. But this isn't a typical reconstruction. As students line up for a security check, posters of the missing people are on the school's walls, along with the food company's slogan. While others are in their classes, two students are making love in the janitor's office. The pipe above them has ruptured, dripping green liquid, and a small crawling creature lands on the man's leg. The guy is attacked by the beast, mutilating him, so he runs. Alone, the girl cries in agony as the liquid dissolves her entire body. When the janitor arrives, he notices her skeleton and dismisses it as merely an anatomical model. At Tromorganic Foodstuff Inc., while staff members are reprimanded for acting silly, Arnold, the CEO's assistant, carries a glass of milk but trips and spills it. Then, CEO Lee Harvey Herskoff demands high school principal Wesley that his ultra-cheap products be placed in the school, since fast food restaurants boycotted him after a severed ear was found in a taco. When Arnold approaches them because the country's President Lemmy is on the line, the old man misidentifies the glass as the phone and pours milk all over his face. Although frustrated, Herskoff picks up the phone, but the connection is broken, so Arnold goes to get the president back. The CEO then questions Wesley about the student blog, Pollution Nerds, that claims the Tromorganic farms harm the students and contaminate groundwater. Although true, he's concerned with the company's reputation. When Arnold returns, he offers his employer the milk glass and the contents spill. Herskoff reprimands his assistant, but he nevertheless takes the phone and speaks with President Lemmy. Lemmy checks about the blog and remarks that students now prefer to engage in intimacy rather than write. Herskoff responds that there will always be a Zuckerberg in the school, so he assures his boss that everything's fine. Considering that, Lemmy stresses that Taco Tuesday must be a success. Herskoff then reassures Wesley that there's nothing wrong and advises him to focus on the company's slogan to ensure the Tromaville students love the products. Passing by with the barrel of green stuff marked for Taco Tuesday, the workers pause and complain that the taco mix doesn't look right, but the boss assures them that it's okay since it's green. Herskoff then asks Arnold for his milk, and they all laugh. In his Eldorado car, couple Eugene Bergold and Chrissy Goldberg are kissing passionately when suddenly he gets strangely thrilled. His eagerness disgusts Chrissy, so she stops him, saying she's on her period. Eugene complains she gave the same excuse last week and that they'd planned to make love for months. She just kisses him goodbye, leaving him dissatisfied and hunting for a magazine to relieve the tension. The following day, rich girl Lauren arrives at school but is met by a large man who takes off his shirt and dances in front of her. She quickly leaves him. At the school's entrance, while fellow students leave their firearms, Chrissy, Eugene, and their friends Zach, Slater, and Kelly notice Lauren. Zach thinks she's hot, and Eugene adds the new girl lives in the McMansion in Tromaville Heights. In the locker area, Lauren runs into Chrissy, who trips and falls. She swiftly stands up and pushes the new girl in her anger. Lauren apologizes, but Chrissy calls her a brown-nosing wealthy girl and threatens to hit her. Offended, the new girl argues that at least she has plans for her future, unlike Chrissy. She follows that by stomping on her foot and fleeing as the bully threatens revenge. After school, Lauren plays with her duck, Kevin, inside the mansion. That evening, however, Kevin's cage opens and the animal escapes while she's asleep. In her room, Chrissy checks Pollution Nerds on her laptop and finds 18 views regarding Tromorganic farms, showing that she runs the website. To increase bandwidth, she posts a new entry with exclusive images of the company's contamination. When she feels tired, she searches for a website with attractive ladies. However, as she gets excited, her Aunt B comes in. Chrissy quickly closes the laptop and pretends to be upset. Her aunt assumes it's about a guy and assures her that she'll find the right one. She assures her that the next guy won't be irresponsible like her father. Unwilling to talk about her parents, the young lady diverts her aunt's attention to the wall, where there's a shadow that looks like the number 4. They shrug it off as a foreshadowing. With that, Aunt B leaves her niece alone. Chrissy hopes to be rescued from her aunt's house, wishing for a different life. The next day, Lauren awakens to find Kevin gone, so she drives to school crying. As Principal Wesley announces the super-duper Taco Tuesday spectacular, the Trauma Poofs Glee Club is in practice. He adds that he checked the Pollution Nerds 18 times, and it's spreading false information about the school and the food company. In the hallway, Lauren is presenting a flyer of her missing pet to the students, but they ignore her. Then, the large guy from yesterday approaches her, believing she's interested. When he realizes she isn't, he spills her things while wondering why girls won't go out with him. Chrissy, who deposits her belongings in her locker, looks at Lauren with concern. Lauren returns her stare. While Slater asks her if she'll keep the blog, Chrissy seems distracted, so he makes bird noises to get her attention. When she notices him, she declares that she'll keep pollution nerds, like how our favorite writer fought for her works. But Slater argues that the writer was mediocre and a wealthy slacker. Before leaving with her friends for lunch, Chrissy gives Lauren a short glance. At the cafeteria, Principal Wesley highlights to his colleagues that Tromorganic's gluten-free tacos are less expensive and well-liked by the students. Meanwhile, the Glee Club starts grabbing the tacos with special guacamole filling prepared just for them. Someone explains that the guacamole is non-chemically polluted, and Terrence Horowitz, the boy genius, eats the green tacos with enthusiasm. Chrissy and her friends dine at the table for losers, and Slater welcomes Lauren's request to sit with them despite his friend's unpleasant reactions. Hearing gunfire, the students take cover under the table. When Slater reassures it's just someone firing their gun, everyone relaxes. Chrissy then makes fun of Lauren's lunchbox, and her pals giggle. As they quiet down, Kelly invites everyone to a party at a foreclosed house. Slater reveals it's his party, and he only wants a small gathering. In Eugene's opinion, a party is the ideal way to let off steam before examinations. Lauren agrees because she heard on the news that the pressure of academics is greater than the stress experienced by soldiers in Afghanistan. Slater responds that when she's had the same experiences as the soldiers, she'll change her definition of stress. Zach is surprised, wondering if Slater has relatives in Afghanistan, but he clarifies that he obtained the information from the film he downloaded. A jock passes by their table and mocks Lauren's food. When he grabs her lunchbox, she tries to defend herself by splashing water on the bully, but it accidentally spills on Chrissy. Enraged, the young woman shoves Lauren over to the table and rips her shirt. When their faces are just inches apart, they freeze. A teacher yells at them to attend detention after school, and Chrissy departs. While fixing her shirt, Zach hits on Lauren. She declines, so he assumes it's because of how he looks. When Zach accuses her of disliking guys, she argues that he smells and leaves. Still in the cafeteria, Terrence is choking on the taco and attempts to get help. When he stands up, he shakes, and green liquid gushes out from his mouth and ears. His classmates scream in horror as he leaves the cafeteria, yet they all follow him. As he gets to the stairs, his whole body is on fire, and he falls to the ground at the school entrance where his head explodes. The students, including Chrissy, get close to take pictures for social media. Principal Wesley warns the students to step back. He reasons that Terrence was a theater student who overdid the cranial explosion and died because of using recreational substances. Then he pretends to receive a call from the drama department informing him that it was a modernized version of a classic play, so he demands the students to return to class. Later that day, Chrissy sits next to Lauren in the detention room. She disturbs her while she's reading a book, so the new girl questions why she's rude to her. She admits that she envies Lauren since she never has to work while Chrissy struggles to afford lunch. Lauren argues that the jealous young woman doesn't know her. Chrissy doesn't respond and instead asks about Lauren's photo of babies. Lauren shares that she likes children and hopes to have many of them in the future. Chrissy comments that only fame-hungry teen mothers, rich kids, and drooling fools want children. Hearing her, the detention teacher, Miss Bliss, asks Chrissy to go to the principal's office. Chrissy fears the principal will suspend her if she returns to his office, so Lauren lies that she's the one who's speaking badly. Convinced, Miss Bliss asks Lauren to sit down and be quiet. Chrissy tells her that was stupid, but she's smiling this time. Later, in the auditorium, Chrissy admires Lauren's hair. When Eugene hears her compliment, she insults Wesley as a portly bear to disguise her admiration for the new girl, and Eugene laughs. He then asks to make love that night, so Chrissy smacks him. Principal Wesley gets to the podium and declares Taco Tuesday was a success despite Terrence's horrible tragedy, emphasizing that it was an accident. One of the students declares that Terrence was transformed and killed by the green tacos, accusing it as an inside job. Furious, Principal Wesley requests that security remove the student. After the disturbance, the Glee Club performs a song in Terrence's honor. However, the members begin to shake, and one stumbles off stage. They start to destroy the stage props, and green liquid spills from their mouths. Seeing they've become violent, the audience flees in terror. The Trauma Poofs Glee Club then mutates into a group of Cretins, with Leonardo in the lead and Donatello as the cripple member. They drive around town while armed, colliding with other vehicles and igniting a car. At the park, Kevin is on a tree as Tromaville teacher, Miss Adeline Crabtree, and her dog are nearby. When the Cretins arrive, they beat her and dump her and her dog into the river. As the group departs, Kevin wanders around the Tromorganic barrels and eats the green waste. Lauren soon finds him, but the Cretins arrive. They pin her on the ground, and Donatello sticks her pet's head into her mouth, leaving it stuck. She tries to get help, but no one is able to assist her. While driving home, Chrissy sees Lauren passing the road, so she tells her to get in the car. At Aunt Bee's house, they spend 2 hours releasing Kevin from her mouth. Lauren tries to carry the bird for comfort, but its eyes turn green. Startled, she drops him and lets the animal wander in the house. Lauren thanks Chrissy, and they agree to go to the party together. That night, they arrive at the party and see everyone drinking and dancing. Slater tells them that people turned up to the party because someone advertised his address on Facebook. He's also surprised to see them because they were fighting in the cafeteria hours before. Chrissy deflects the conversation by offering to remove the party troublemakers, but Slater doesn't mind and leaves to clean the bathtub. The girls then drink, and Lauren shares that she needs it to distract her from the earlier incident. At that time, Chrissy receives a breakup text from Eugene. Lauren takes another shot, and her mouth bursts with green liquid, which quickly vanishes. She then asks Chrissy to dance, and although disgusted, the latter agrees. While dancing, the two start to get passionate. As their faces are near, Chrissy sees Lauren's teeth are pointed, and her eyes are green. Despite this, she allows Lauren to drag her into a bedroom to make love. Despite Chrissy ingesting some of Lauren's green-colored saliva, they continue their passionate night. Satisfied, Lauren and Chrissy talk about their gender identity. Because the town is hostile towards people like them, Lauren wants to stay in the closet while Chrissy wants to be out. At this time, the Cretins show up outside Slater's house, and because they're not invited, they light a Molotov cocktail to set Slater's house on fire. In the bedroom, Lauren and Chrissy confess their feelings but realize the house is on fire as the party guests rush outside. Gathering with his friends, Slater is concerned about his house. Eugene consoles him and offers to host an after-party at his home, but Slater just strangles him. Watching their schoolmates, Lauren and Chrissy are aware that the Cretins burned the house, but they split up, fearing they might be noticed together. Later, Lauren and Chrissy dream of each other, but they awaken to find themselves in weird situations. Lauren finds herself pregnant, and Chrissy has a giant member. At the Glee Club's former practice area, the legion of Cretins is increasing as they transform the place into a lair. The transformed couple arrives, seeking revenge for what they did to Lauren. Their first move is to attack and trample Donatello. Then Lauren shoots the Cretins with substance from her chest, frightening them enough to run. Left with 3 Cretins, the creature in Lauren's belly rips the heart of one of them. Then, the couple bumps the heads of the remaining 2 Cretins, killing them. The cops arrive, so they flee the area. As the cop wonders what's happening to young people, Leonardo, who's still at the lair, tells him they're the youth of the future and shoots the officer. Although he's glad about killing the only 2 police officers of Tromaville, he wants to take revenge against Lauren and Chrissy, ignoring Donatello, who's still on the ground. Wanting to belong, Zach arrives with baked goods to join their group. Leonardo orders him to exact revenge on the couple to prove himself. At Tromorganic, Herskov orders Cigarface and his team to kill all women with giant phalluses, accusing Lauren and Chrissy of murdering the Glee Club members. In school, as they walk to their lockers, Lauren confides her insecurity to Chrissy about their time together, but the other reassures her that it was the best night of her life. After that, they talk about how they had the same bizarre dream about the Cretins, unsure if it was just a dream. Chrissy then receives footage of the missing Tromaville students confined at Tromorganic farms, sent to her by an anonymous source. When they hear the Cretins coming, the girls hide in their lockers. The bullies show up in the corridor, singing and frightening the students before they leave. When the hallway is empty, Lauren and Chrissy share a kiss before heading to their classes, unaware that Zach has recorded them. In science class, the teacher, Mr. Chips, retrieves the original laser from the 1986 class of Newcomb High, but is unsure if it's functional due to the nuclear meltdown that occurred at that time. However, when he activates the laser, the light strikes his eye and renders him blind. After Zach leaves for the bathroom, Chrissy expresses her frustration that no one is taking her blog seriously. One of the Cretins, Rachel, hears her and grabs her phone laughing. Chrissy confronts the bully, and when Rachel throws her phone, she pulls out the Cretin's nose ring. They then wrestle on the ground until Slater breaks up the fight by restraining Chrissy. Angered, Rachel vomits a green substance on Mr. Chip's second eye. Furious, he tells the 2 students to go to the principal's office. The bully claims Chrissy started the brawl, so he orders the young woman to go alone. At gym class, Lauren leaves when she gets an upset stomach. She then takes a shower, but blood and green liquid stream down her legs, hinting that something monstrous is still inside her.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.